Whitey Show.
The Whitey Show, the Whitey Show.
Whitey Show.
I'm the review who loves to say son of a bitch. The same review who hates most Nintendo shit. I'm the one who calls games what they are. I even own the 360 and hate Gears of War. Guy who spends his money on games, fucking cards. Just a funny guy who became a YouTube star.
The story of Demon's Souls is basically the world that was once nice and normal and run by a great king is overtaken by a thick black fog, and these demons spawn and start killing innocents, and normal people go crazy, and basically the world goes to hell, if you want to put it that way. However, like most games, there's one mighty warrior, you, unless you play co-op, then there's a few mighty warriors, and you must restore the land to once what it was. And while the story is very vague in this game and barely covers it with any cutscenes, you do get to talk to these different people and random souls and the Nexus and everything, so that's pretty cool, and it does add this gloomy feeling to the game that you must restore it back to normal. But overall the story is probably the weakest part, but oh well, let's get to the good part. When you're looking at Demon's Souls, I bet you're saying, Japanese RPG, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it at all. There's no spiky hair in this game. There's no swords way bigger than their body. Well, those are here, but not as many as you see in Final Fantasy. And really, it looks like a very Western type of game. As you progress through the story, you'll get a fully knighted armor with different armors and swords and weapons and so on. So the style is very Western, and that's nice. But you also got a bunch of different monsters, which could be in any myth or folk tale or whatever you want to call it, and they all are unique and different. I love the bosses in this game. They absolutely look great. But overall, the design is very well done. The graphics are great. The shining armor, the glowing effects. The physics are great, their Havoc engine, and overall everything just looks really well done in this game. I have no complaints except for maybe a few minor like glitches and stuttering of the dead bodies, but overall the graphics are amazing. Well, you're wondering, what is the gameplay here? Well, first let me start with you make your own class. There's different classes such as Priest, Knight, Royalty, so on. You get the idea, but they all are unique in their own ways. And I have to stress, I really like this factor that every time you pick a different class, when you start a new game or a new character, you're really going to feel different. Because I played through this game twice now, and I'm on my third time, and I'm really loving the whole different feeling of how I'm being a mage this time. So that's a great feature. Now the gameplay, it's kind of funny how to say this. It's not complex, it's not overdrawn or throws 100 things at you. It's simple. There's only a few attack buttons, a dodge button, and a block button, and of course the healing button, which you use items for and all that. So it's not really complex, but it works really well because the combat system is very on edge. What do I mean by that? You're not just going to keep attacking. You're going to have to dodge. You're going to have to block. You're going to have to keep on your feet. And this is great because this game will kick your fucking ass. I am not kidding. It will kick your ass, and then when you're on the ground, it'll kick you in the face again, and then it'll kick you in the stomach again, and then it'll kick you in the face again, just to add on to the humiliation. Now, I'm not just talking about bosses here. I'm talking about regular enemies can kill you in 1 or 2 shots. No joke. You have to be careful in this game, and that makes it a better experience in my opinion, and more on edge. Weight management is very important in this game. If you're way too overweight with items and weapons and all that, you will move a lot slower. You won't be able to dodge. Now, for someone who has a lot of health and defense, you probably won't have to worry about as much, but for someone like me as a mage user, you're going to have to be careful about that, and that also keeps your inventory very in check and checking all the time on items you pick up. Currency in this game is done by Demon's Souls. Basically, you kill the demon and you take their soul, and then you'll be able to use it to buy new weapons, upgrade, buy new spells, buy new miracles, and so on. And of course, level up your guys' stats. The only really 2 negative parts I really feel about Demon's Souls is 1, the lock-on system feels a bit iffy. Sometimes you see the enemy right in front of you, you're clicking the lock-on, but he looks to the side, enemy. And that just really annoys you, especially after you die about 6 or 7 times. Which brings me up to my next point. This game is very hard. This isn't a game you pick up and play and you're going to have an enjoyment time. No, this is a game that you're going to have to focus. You're going to have to be ready to kill these demons. You're going to have to be ready to dodge, block, hit at the exact moment. Learn their patterns. And it's a very fun game if you can do this. But if you can't, this game will frustrate you. You will cry like a little baby bitch, like I did. It's okay, you can cry. But if you can get past the difficulty, you'll see how fun this game is and how much skill it takes to play. Demon's Souls is an amazing game in the gameplay department. Now this game is pretty long. I believe there are 5 worlds. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but I think it's 5 worlds, and within those worlds are like 3 to 4 sections in each world. So it's not a short game. It's a very challenging game. Now, not only can you do this amazing game single player way, you can also play co-op with a friend. Of course, there's restrictions such as one of them will have to be dead while the other is alive. This is hard enough to do in single player. Staying alive in your human body, let's just say 90% of the time you'll be dead in this game. You're probably asking, dead, then how am I playing? Well, you play as your soul form. I'm sorry I didn't go over that in gameplay, but you'll see what I mean quite soon after you play this game. So the co-op does have restrictions, but once you get a game going, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun. I did. And taking down a boss has never given me satisfaction as much as this game. This game does have difficulty, as I mentioned, but once you get past it, you're going to really enjoy this long and nice adventure with some co-op features. And the trophies are actually worth getting in this game because it's killing these bosses who take a tremendous amount of skill and time and patience. And overall, you know, I don't like to compare games, but if I had to choose, it's very hard to choose Demon's Souls or Uncharted. I guarantee you'll love either one, but I'm saying right now, Demon's Souls, if you're a PS3 owner and you've been waiting for a game to play, Demon's Souls is by far one of the best RPGs on the current gen system. Just get ready to get your ass kicked over and over again and get laughed at because you're gonna cry like a little bitch, and then your girlfriend, mom, or whoever you live with's gonna be like, why are you crying? And you'll be like, the demon kicked my ass, and then she'll laugh at you. So enjoy crying while killing demons.